All the issues around GalaxyCon Columbus really bring to light the huge problem we have right now in the convention scene, and that is the rise of for-profit shows and the decline of non-profit shows. That's every problem that this con had really can break down to that. Whether it be a lack of care, a lack of resources, cutting corners, all of that. It comes down to the fact that this is a for-profit show and not a non-profit show. Now, those of us who do a bunch of conventions can see the difference like clear as day in the way these operations are run, but people who only do one or two cons a year might not really know. And it is, for those of you who don't know, for-profit shows are what they sound like. They're for-profit corporations that are there just to make money. They're going to cut corners. They're going to try to reduce costs at every turn and pass any raised costs on to the consumers and vendors who they are, taking money from. Versus non-profit shows, they are run by a non-profit corporation or a student group, and they are there. Usually they get started for the love of it, and when they get big enough, you'll get some people who are paid. At some of the biggest shows that are nonprofits, you will get people who get a paycheck. However, in a nonprofit show, if the show makes a huge amount of money, the people who are getting paid are just going to get that same paycheck, while the people at a for-profit show get a cut of the profit who own it. See, and there's the difference. So the nonprofit shows, the motivation is usually just to build something strong and stable for the community and something that people love, while the for-profit shows, the motivation is to milk every dime out of you. And this is where we cut corners. This is where the attendee experience gets worse. This is where you can also, nonprofit shows can use volunteer labor that doesn't cost any money. For-profit shows legally can't. If your for-profit show is using volunteers, they are in violation of the labor laws in the United States. So they have to pay people. So you see fewer staffers for events. You see fewer people helping with cosplayers. You see, it's just throughout. You see this in all corners of the show. Like, say, for vendors and artists. I'm a person who usually vends in Artist Alley because I'm a writer. New book coming out. And I also do comics, and so I do a lot of Artist Alleys. And let's compare two shows that use the same venue, GalaxyCon Milwaukee and Anime Milwaukee. GalaxyCon Milwaukee is for-profit, Anime Milwaukee is non-profit. An artist table at GalaxyCon Milwaukee is $400. An artist table at Anime Milwaukee is $225. They have a more premium version that's like $450, but like the base table. GalaxyCon Milwaukee is a show that had to cancel their last event because of lack of interest. While Anime Milwaukee has a solid 5-figure attendance, you're guaranteed to get customers if you can avoid for-profit shows.